From amazing powers to fearless high schoolers, I'll need to elaborate on that one, and our head boss Zune, being a savage motherfucker. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Touhou Facts, the series where I talk about facts from Touhou that I find either fun, unusual, or simply interesting. So without further ado, let's begin the Interesting Touhou Facts number 90.
Number 5.
Now when it comes to abilities or powers, we have seen quite a few of them. Many typical like stopping time, using thunder, lightning, and so on. We also have more ambiguous ones like manipulating the boundary, creating heavenliness, and weirder stuff. We've also had ones where they kick trees. It's something, I guess. So the ability I want to talk about belongs to Aun. As you might be wary, I've been really digging the gal, my favorite doggo of the series, and likely to remain that way. So what better way to talk about her than to discuss her powers? Well, her legendary ability is to locate Shintoism and Buddhism. Yup, to locate those. My favorite doggy doesn't have the craziest of ability, does she? Like, is there a certain level of those religion where Aun will start to locate them? Is it simply based on someone's prime belief, or the fact that something related to that religion happened in that area and Aun can see it? Like I said, nothing crazy or fancy, but leaves it somewhat vague enough for me to speculate on the activation of it. I really don't want to say it, but Shizuha's ability is looking really strong right now. And I never thought I would be saying that.
Number 4.
Now high school was definitely a fun time for me. Pretty normal, I would say, but its mundane style was perfect for me. Go to school, finish assignments, hang out with friends during break, go home, and play games after. And doing all of that while not having to worry about bills and such. I miss those simple times. While everyone's high school life will vary, it seems that our school lives even has legends in Gensokyo, as crazy as that may sound. So in Curiosities chapter 29, Ryunosuke is chilling in his shop as always. He has a visitor which happens to be the outside worlder known as Sumuriko. Their conversation isn't something that should be noted except for this one little part which I found humorous. To quote from Ryunosuke, "I had heard rumors, but these female high school students are terrifying. I wonder if it was true that they didn't even fear death." I wanted to say that's a little too far there, but I remember back as a kid, lots of my peers did some stupid shit. Really stupid shit. And from what I'm seeing on the news, it still hasn't changed. So the not fearing the death part might not be so far off, I would say.
Number 3.
If you guys are new to the series, many times the girls are based on myths and legends. It gives Zune a template on how to build the character. I can see it helping a lot. Plus, it helps me and anyone else who isn't big into folklore learn a few things. So let's learn some more, shall we? This is gonna involve a character from Hidden Star, Narumi, a fellow magician. Narumi's snow-covered hat appearance is based on the popular folktale of the Hatted Jizo statue, wherein a poor man heads out to sell cloth on New Year's Eve, but notices a man selling 5 straw hats out of season. Taking pity on him, the poor man exchanged the cloth for the hats. On the way home, the man notices 6 Jizo statues sitting out in the cold. He decides to cover each one with one of the hats, and to the 6th, gives his own. Man, what a bro to that poor man, and even statues as well. To be fair, what the hell are you really gonna do with those excess straw hats? He goes home empty-handed, but is visited by the 6th Jizo the next evening, who rewards him for his generosity. I'm not for sure if the sentence meant that the 6 Jizo statue together, or just the 6 Jizo statue. Regardless, they say karma's a bitch. Well, the opposite could be said there. Doing good things is never a bad thing, normally anyway.
Number 2.
Now there are 3 things you should know from Zune. When it comes to the main series of the games, he handles everything by himself. And I mean everything. Gameplay, music, artwork, sound, etc. Pretty impressive in my opinion. 2, he loves his beer. A lot. Not my thing, but that's fine. 3rd, he can be a one savage motherfucker. So in Strange Creators Volume 1, there's an interview with Zune regarding Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom. The topic was on Hecatia before closing off the interview. The interviewer was asking of the possibility of a Greek goddess showing up in the future games. This is what Zoon's response was. I guess Greece's economy entered the realm of fantasy. I'm like, hot damn! No fucking mercy there. I did hear a little of how bad Greece's economy was in the past. I didn't think too much about it. But if Zoon's throwing punches at them, shit can't be too well.
Number 1.
The last fact is another lore / backstory one, although it involves two beings from different spectrums, or you would assume anyway, Okina and Eternity. So Okina's speculation suggests that Eternity may have been inspired by the story of the Tokuyo god. According to the Nihon Shoki, in the 7th century Japan, a group of villagers formed a cult to worship an insect as the Tokuyo god, Tokuyo no Kami, or the god of the everlasting world. It is commonly believed that the insect was in fact a swallowtail caterpillar, which may explain Eternity's basis as a swallowtail butterfly fairy. Okay, so they worshipped this insect, but did it do anything at all to prove its whatever ability? It says it's the god of the everlasting world, but has it shown any proof it can do such shit? When Okina wonders if Eternity is actually the Tokuyo god, she states that the Tokuyo god is one of her enemies. This may allude to the fact that the cult of the Tokuyo god was brought to an end when the leader of the cult was arrested and executed by an official named Hata no Kawakatsu. Well shit! Rip the leader. Later, Kawakatsu would occasionally be equated with Madara Jin due to their similar divine natures as gods of the performing arts. Being equated to Madara Jin is good, right? I mean, Okina is based on this god and we know she's no fucking slouch. If that's the case, then damn! Kawakatsu is doing work, it seems. The idea of a fairy being an actual god is pretty intense, considering that fairies have never been shown to be on the same level as many of the other yokais in the series. Just goes to show you can't always sleep on people. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which facts were your favorite? Would you be down to have Aoun's power? Do you think Zoon was being one savage motherfucker once more? Or do you like the idea of Eternity possibly being a god? If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Zoon might start roasting me. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious to see what kind of distance he would be capable of throwing. Either way, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.